Good morning everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess to do your bonus read. If you hear something growling, that's my stomach. I'm not really sure why it's upset this morning, but it's certainly making a whole lot of noise. I was sitting listening to it before thinking, wow, you must be able to hear this on camera. After doing the What's Cracking reading this morning, I'm a little like blown out by that whole energy, so I'm a little bit hyper now. Because the energy was so powerful in that reading. Okay, so let's have a look at the bonus read. I'm going to use the Cosmic Tarot for this reading. No, I'm not. I want me to use the Good Tarot, so I'm going to have a change. Okay, let's try the Good Tarot. This is so much harder to shuffle too. I don't know why you need me to use this one. Again, I need a change of cards, but with moving house and everything that's going on and Christmas and whatever else, I thought I need to get into the routine and move things around a little bit, otherwise I'm going to get stuck on the same decks. Okay, so we have the Three of Swords coming out here. So the Three of Swords is a card that denotes heartbreak and hurt and pain. In the traditional tarot, of course, you see the three swords in the heart, and there's so many variations on that in all the tarot decks. In this one, there's nothing like that. It's just someone looking like they're experiencing some sadness here. So it's sort of like this heartbreak here with the Two of Wands behind it is like a thing of the past. So it's definitely this feeling that you're walking away here, especially with the Two of Wands, because it talks about walking down a different path. We also have the Ten of Wands here, and Ten of Wands talks about a burden, end of a cycle, and behind that we have the Three of Pentacles. So rebuilding, and the Hermit, taking time out to rebuild. So you may be getting a very similar to reading as What's in the What's Cracking this morning, because the energies are very powerful. Okay, so we have the Tower. So for some of you, it may be just a gentle shifting, a gentle awakening, a gentle move in the right direction. But for others of you, the Tower can mean something a little bit more dramatic, you know, having to move in a different direction, moving house, all of those sort of things can signify greater moves. The Tower is a card that is there to show that what we have built in our lives is built on faulty foundation. It wasn't strong enough. If the Tower meant a house move for me, I think I've had like 60 house moves in my life. I think I've had more house moves than what I have years. So maybe this is why it's coming up for people. You know, I know a lot of people moving, shifting jobs, shifting relationships. Everything's shifting at the moment. And you know what? People say, oh yeah, but it's the end of the year. That always happens at the end of the year. But I have never seen so much movement in people's lives as what I've seen this year. Everybody I read for, everybody I speak to, people at work, everybody's on the move. Something is going on. We have the card of Patience here, which of course is the card of Temperance. So the universe is saying that this is happening in the right time. Things are supposed to be moving now. There is change in the air. And definitely this feeling of, you know, having to sort of go with the flow. Don't fight it. Don't, you know, try to make it any different than what it is, because if you fight it, it just becomes more chaotic, because you've got your emotions coming in as well. So go with the flow. Okay, Page of Pentacles coming in here, Messenger of Earth. Some sort of message coming in here. Some sort of offer, something tangible. So you might be moving because you're waiting on something to come to you in order to move, not just physically. I mean, move in your life, make moves, make changes. Something's coming in here to help you make changes. Okay, could be dealing with an air sign here. We do have the King of Swords. So we have a person here who could represent the air signs Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Someone here is about to send a message, give you a message, maybe give you a gift or an offer. Could be because it's Christmas. That is something here is moving you into a different direction. I feel like you're getting awakening from it. Five of Cups coming out here too. So we are getting a few repeat cards here. This is about the past, feeling the past. And then we have the Five of Wands, which of course talks of... it talks of conflict. Okay, I'll keep going with this because it has a few different energies here. We also have the Three of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, which is about stability at your offer, the Codependency card, Temptation, the Devil, and then we have the Sun card. Okay, so we're seeing a turnaround of something here. I want to get into it a little bit more. Something coming out of heartbreak for some of you, moving down a different direction, being able to let burdens go and rebuild yourself here with the Hermit energy. Some of you are getting a message from someone here that's closing something off. Something here that you've perhaps thought, worried or wondered about for a long time. Something from your past that hasn't been resolved. Someone's about to resolve it for you here. There was some sort of sadness in the past that has held you back from moving forward. Now, it could be, you know, the sadness is something to do with your family, friends. Something here that has stopped you from having what you want, stopped you creating, stopped you bringing in what you wanted. And that's okay, because I can see by the cards here it was time to stop, break it down, move forward. So you could have been hanging on to something from your past here. Now, I always think people sort of, when you say the past, they go, oh, an old lover or an old situation. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's something much deeper within you that needs to be shifted in order for you to move forward. So for some of you, this could be an old lover, could be an old relationship, could be a family situation, but something here has held you back. Now, going back to old beliefs in yourself or old things, childhood trauma, this is why we've been working on our shadow sides and shifting this trauma. Something has happened to you in your life to hold you back. Now, possibly for some people, that could have been abuse as well, because there's definitely this feeling that that I'm speaking to has built their life on some sort of foundation that wasn't true for them. And I didn't mean everybody, I meant a lot of people that I'm reading for. This is not just a small amount of people. This is a lot of you. Now, for some of you, you could have built your life thinking that, you know, it was something physical about you. You know, I'm not tall enough, I'm not thin enough, I'm not sporty enough, I'm not ambitious enough, I'm not competitive enough, whatever it was for you. Something here has held you back for a very long time, and you're about to have that realization here that what you have been believing is an illusion. Now, for some of you, this is fear. This is about being stuck in an idea of being safe for you. So you may have been a person who didn't do anything because you never felt safe, or that you were really worried about taking risks. Something is happening here to change that. There's conflict in your head now about moving forward in a very different way. So you can feel the universe calling here after this Tower. This is about you understanding now that something is moving in a very different way. Now, this is about building your own stability. For some of you, it is letting go of addictions, codependency, bondage, being bonded to someone, being bonded to a certain situation. But you're definitely moving in a different direction. For some of you here, this is about moving away from relationships. For others of you, it is just moving away from these energies that have held you back for such a long time. The Tower is showing me now that you need to consider if what you've been doing in your life is bringing you in what you want. Or are you tolerating? Are you putting up with? Are you understanding that what you're doing at the moment is not taking you where you want to be? You can feel that pull inside you. You know what it feels like. It's like, you know, you wake up in the morning and perhaps it's really, we're on the clock. Perhaps it's really pulling at you, you know, trying to get you to understand. The universe is trying to give you that little bit of a nudge to say, hey, you know, this is, you can't stay here forever. You can't stay here in your sadness. You can't stay here stuck. You can't stay here in a relationship that doesn't serve you. You cannot stay where you are. It's time to move. It's time to get up and go. Let go of the things that have held you back and move forward with more stability. So we have the card of tick-tock here. So I know that that's about being on the clock. It's about time. It's not time running out, because time in theory is human time we live by. But what it's about is divine timing and immeasurable time, timelessness. So what it talks about is living in the moment, for starters. It's about releasing agendas and being able to co-create the life you desire. Letting go of your expectations, bringing in miracles, bringing in the life you want, not staying where you are, understanding that you have this capacity to build again, to bring in the life you want. You don't need to stay where you are. Have a wonderful Tuesday.